police found the front door unlocked. That was the first thing that did not make sense. The mother swore she had locked it. The father said he checked it twice before bed. But there it was, hanging open just a crack, letting in the cold October air. Inside the house, everything was quiet. Too quiet. Upstairs, a teenage girl's bedroom sat empty. Her bed had not been slept in. Her phone lay on the nightstand like a tiny coffin. And on the closet door, taped in a hurry, was a note written in shaking handwriting. For words that would turn a normal family's life into a nightmare. For words that would force a small town to look at its own reflection and wonder who was really capable of evil. This is a story that happens more often than you think. A story about dinner, secrets, and a girl who walked out of her own life and never came back. You are listening to Behind the Crime Files, and what you are about to hear is not fiction. It is the story of Chloe Callahan, and it begins like so many terrible stories do, with a perfectly ordinary Tuesday. Chloe Callahan was 17 years old. She lived in a quiet town called Ridgewood, in a house with white shutters and a big oak tree in the front yard. She had long brown hair that she usually pulled back in a ponytail. She liked to draw in a sketchbook she kept hidden under her mattress. She volunteered at the local animal shelter every Saturday, walking the old dogs that no one wanted to adopt. Her teachers said she was polite and hardworking. Her friends said she was funny and a little shy. Her mother, Diane, was a third-grade teacher who packed her lunch every morning with a small note inside. Her father, Mark, worked with numbers all day. He was a quiet man who loved to garden and watch old movies. They had a golden retriever named Gus who slept at the foot of Chloe's bed every night. By all accounts, the Callahans were a happy family. The kind of family you see in commercials for breakfast cereal or life insurance. The kind of family that never made the news. But if you looked a little closer, if you paid attention to the small things, you might have noticed something wrong. It started with small changes. Chloe began locking her bedroom door. Her mother asked her about it one night after dinner. Chloe just shrugged and said she wanted privacy. That seemed normal enough. Teenage girls want privacy. But then she stopped coming to dinner. She would take her plate to her room and eat alone. When her father knocked on her door to check on her, she would say she was fine. But her voice sounded different. Tired, like she had been crying and was trying to hide it. Her phone became a problem. It would buzz late at night, sometimes after midnight. Chloe would grab it and turn the screen away so no one could see. Once, her father walked past her room and heard her whispering. Not laughing or gossiping, whispering like she was scared. He knocked. She went silent. Then she said, "Just a minute, Dad." When she opened the door, her eyes were red. She said she was just tired. He believed her. Why wouldn't he? She was his daughter. She had never lied to him before. But there were other signs. She stopped eating as much. Her clothes started to look too big on her. She stopped hanging out with her friends on the weekends. She would sit in the backyard with Gus and just stare at the trees. Her mother asked her if something was wrong. Chloe said no. Her father asked her if she wanted to talk. She said maybe later. Later never came. The night she vanished started like any other night. The family went to dinner at a small Italian restaurant Chloe loved. It was her idea. She said she was craving fettuccine Alfredo. Her mother thought it was nice to see her excited about something. Her father made a joke about the waiter's name tag, and Chloe laughed. A real laugh. The kind of laugh that made her parents feel like everything was okay. They got home around 8:47 in the evening. Chloe said she was tired and wanted to go to bed. She kissed her mother on the cheek. She hugged her father. Then she walked upstairs. Her mother heard the bedroom door close. Her father saw the light turn on. Then, around 9:15, the light turned off. They assumed she had gone to sleep. The next morning, Diane called up the stairs for Chloe to get ready for school. No answer. She called again. Nothing. Mark went upstairs and knocked on the door. No answer. The door was locked, which was strange because Chloe never locked it at night. Mark went downstairs and got the emergency key from the kitchen drawer. His hands were shaking. He did not know why, but something felt wrong. Something felt very wrong. He opened the door. The room was empty. Not empty of furniture. Empty of life. The bed was made. The pillows were fluffed. No one had slept in that bed. Chloe's phone was on the nightstand. Her backpack was by the desk. Her favorite gray hoodie was draped over her chair. But she was gone. The window was open just a few inches. Just enough for a hand to slip through. Just enough for someone to pass something in or out. Mark called her name. No answer. He walked to the closet. The door was slightly open. Inside, most of her clothes were gone. The hangers were swinging gently, like they had been moved recently. And on the inside of the closet door, taped with a piece of clear tape, was a folded piece of notebook paper. He opened it. The handwriting was Chloe's, but it was shaky, like her hand had been trembling. The note said, "I'm sorry. Don't look for me." Mark dropped the note. He called his wife. He called 911. The police arrived 15 minutes later. They searched the house. They searched the yard. They searched the street. Nothing. No sign of a struggle. No blood. No forced entry. It was like she had simply walked out and disappeared into the air. But then they found the box. It was small, made of cardboard, hidden behind the winter coats in the back of the closet. Mark had missed it at first because he was too scared to look closely. The police pulled it out and opened it. Inside were three things. First, a cheap prepaid phone. The kind you buy with cash so no one can trace it. The kind people use when they have something to hide. Second, a handwritten list of names. 4 names. The first 3 meant nothing to Mark, but the 4th name made his blood run cold. It was his wife's maiden name, the name she had not used in almost 20 years. Third, a photograph. It was an old picture of Chloe when she was about 8 years old. She was wearing a purple bathing suit and missing a front tooth. She was smiling at the camera, but someone had taken a red marker and drawn lines across her face. Angry, slashing lines. And on the back, written in block letters so neat they looked typed, were 7 words. She knows what her brother did. The police asked Diane about the name. Diane went pale. She sat down on the edge of Chloe's bed and did not speak for a long time. Then she asked for a lawyer. That was the moment everything changed. That was the moment a missing person case became something much darker. Here is what the police found out over the next several weeks. Diane had a younger brother named Victor. When Diane was a teenager, Victor was accused of hurting a young girl. The girl was 12 years old. The case went to court, but the girl later changed her story. She said she had made it all up. The charges were dropped. The family moved to a different state. They changed their last name. They told everyone Victor had moved to Oregon. They never spoke of it again. Not once. Not even to each other. But Chloe had started asking questions. She was a curious girl. She had found some old letters in the attic. She had heard her parents whispering late at night when they thought she was asleep. She had gone online and searched her mother's old name. It took her months, but she found the court records. They were sealed, but she had a friend whose father worked at the courthouse. That friend helped her get copies. Chloe learned that Victor had not hurt just one girl. He had hurt more. The list of names in the box, the first 3 names, were other victims. Girls who had tried to speak up. Girls who had been told to stay quiet. Girls who had been called liars. Chloe had found them. She had contacted them. She had been planning something. What exactly, no one knows. The prepaid phone had one outgoing call. It was made at 9:42 p.m. on the night Chloe vanished. That was 27 minutes after her parents heard her bedroom door lock. The call lasted only 6 seconds. It was routed through several numbers and ended at a phone that belonged to a woman who had died in 1995. The police believed the call was a signal, a message, a way of saying, "I'm ready." The security camera from the house across the street showed Chloe leaving her own front door at 9:30 p.m. She was wearing sneakers and a dark jacket. She was not running. She was not scared. She walked calmly down the driveway, turned left onto Maple Lane, and kept walking until she reached the corner. A car pulled up. It had no license plates. The windows were dark. Chloe got in. The car drove away. No one has seen her since. The police searched for Victor. They found him living in a small apartment in Nevada under a fake name. He denied everything. He said he had not spoken to Chloe in years. He said he did not know anything about her disappearance. But the police found something on his computer. Photographs. Not of Chloe. Of other girls. Young girls. The FBI was called. Victor was arrested on different charges. He is still in prison today. But he has never told anyone what happened to Chloe. Diane Callahan stopped talking to the police after the first week. She hired a very good lawyer. She said she had no idea Chloe was investigating the family secret. She said she had protected her brother because she was scared and young and her parents had told her to forget. But the police wondered, how much did Diane really know? Had she seen the box in Chloe's closet? Had she read the note? Had she heard Chloe on the phone late at night? And if she had, why did she do nothing? Mark Callahan filed for divorce 6 months after Chloe vanished. He moved out of the house on Maple Lane. He lives alone now in a small apartment. keeps a photograph of Chloe on his nightstand. He still calls her phone sometimes, just to hear her voicemail. It is still active. Her voice says, "Hi, this is Chloe. Leave a message." He never leaves one. He just listens and then hangs up. Every year, on the anniversary of her disappearance, the Ridgewood Police Department receives a postcard. No return address. No postmark that can be traced. The postcards always have a photograph on the front. Different photographs. Some of mountains, some of oceans, some of cities. And on the back, always written in the same shaky handwriting, a short message. The first year said, "I am safe." The second year said, "Do not find me." The third year said, "I am sorry, Dad." The fourth year, which was last October, said, "Some secrets should stay buried, but some secrets should set you free." No one knows if Chloe is alive or dead. No one knows if she ran away to protect herself or if someone took her. No one knows if the person sending the postcards is really Chloe or someone pretending to be her. The police have opened and closed the case 3 times. There is no evidence of a crime. There is no body. There is no confession. There is only the silence of a family that chose to hide the truth for 20 years and a girl who paid the price. Mark still believes she is alive. He says he feels it in his bones. He says a father knows. He has not stopped looking. He spends his weekends driving to different states, showing Chloe's picture to strangers, asking if they have seen her. Most of them say no. Some of them look at him with pity. A few have called the police, thinking he might be dangerous. But he keeps going. He says he will keep going until he dies or until she comes home. Diane never speaks to the media. She moved to Florida. She teaches at a private school now. She has a new last name. She does not talk about Chloe. She does not talk about Victor. She does not talk about the night her daughter walked out the front door and into a waiting car. Her friends say she seems fine, normal, happy even, but they also say she never goes to bed before midnight. She sits by the window and watches the street, waiting for something, or someone. The house on Maple Lane has a new family now. They have 2 young daughters. They do not know the history. They repainted Chloe's room yellow and turned it into a playroom. But the new mother says her youngest daughter sometimes wakes up crying in the middle of the night. She says the little girl points to the closet and whispers, "The sad girl is still here." No one knows what really happened to Chloe Callahan. But if there is one thing this story teaches us, it is that family secrets are like cracks in a wall. You can paint over them. You can pretend they are not there. But eventually the weight becomes too much. The wall breaks, and everyone standing nearby gets buried in the rubble. Chloe vanished after dinner, but the truth is, she had been disappearing for a long time. Piece by piece, day by day. Every time her mother changed the subject. Every time her father looked the other way. Every time someone said, "It's better not to talk about it." She did not run away from a happy home. She ran away from a lie. If you or someone you know is hiding a secret that feels too heavy to carry, please reach out. Talk to someone. There are people who will listen. There are people who will believe you. Do not wait until it is too late. Do not let the silence win. And if you made it this far, if this story stayed with you the way it has stayed with me, then do one thing before you click away. Leave a comment. Tell us what you think happened to Chloe. Do you believe she is still out there? Do you believe she will ever come home? Share this story with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want to hear more cases like this, cases about ordinary people with extraordinary secrets, then hit that like button and subscribe to Behind the Crime Files. Because the truth is always stranger than the silence. And we are just getting started. She vanished after dinner, but her story is not over. Not yet, maybe not ever.